Namaste, everyone. Welcome to the Zeroth Mindcast. In today's episode, we are going to talk about a figure who stands brightest in the chronology of the evolution of Christianity in human dimension. He has been called the Prince of Mystics. His works has spoken to people of various walks of life, and he presents a very unique understanding of Christianity. Today we'll be talking about Augustine of Hippo, who was also known as Saint Augustine. Saint Augustine was a theologian, he was a philosopher, and a bishop. But most importantly, he was a mystic. Western philosophy has a lot of influence in St. Augustine, in his work. He has a very important role in creating a universal basis for Western Christianity, especially for the Latin Church. He has written works like The City of God, Confessions, and on Christian doctrine. Before his Christian initiation, he was also initiated in the mystery school of Monishism, and he for 9 years was devoted in the inner study of various aspects that Monishism puts light on, especially the concept of good and evil. He was also interested in Persian religions, skepticism, Neoplatonism, and alchemy. His own approach to philosophy and theology, his own methods and perspectives developed after his baptism into Christianity in around 386 AD.
The epistles of St. Paul the Apostle. Not in rioting, not in drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ.
He believed that the grace of the divine is needed, is available, is the truth for us to experience. The grace of the divine is not an external phenomenon. It is a part of our own being. We are encapsulated with it. We are completed by it. We are made by it. Our whole experiences is of only and only God. And the human experience of longing is to find intimacy with the divine presence within the human being. In his book Confessions, he writes, "The house of my soul is too small for you to come to it. May it be enlarged by you. It is in ruins. Restore it. In your eyes it has offensive features. I admit it. I know it. But who will clean it up? Or to whom shall I cry other than you?" Now this you, this other, is not someone who is out there. This rebuilding and restoring of the house of the soul, this cleansing of the house of the body, is the process that every human being has to go through and is the part of our mystical journey. Now he also was the person who helped formulate the doctrine of original sin. Now this original sin is not the sin committed by Adam and Eve, which is an image that is used to present the idea. But in truth, the original sin is the sin of birth. At birth, because of the necessity of the nature's continuation, we have an inherent quality, inherent proclivity to sin, to not understand truth, and in the depravity of truth, to collect in ourselves the guilt that is created by the act of distortion. Now Augustine's this concept of original sin also influenced thinkers like John Calvin and reformers like Martin Luther. They equated this original sin to an inherent quality of heartful desire within us. Not just to hurt someone else, but to hurt ourselves. Augustine was a man of a very religious heart. For him, the church was the city of God, the material earthly city of the divine. It was in the church that the Trinity could be experienced within the man's core. In his mysticism, he also expressed that the church that is most important for one to reside in, to visit, to be aware about, to pray, to take care of, is the church of the human body. The Trinity can only exist in the body, or the Trinity can be experienced through the qualities that is in the body. At many times, Augustine was also denied of his worldviews by his Christian counterparts. This might be primarily because he had deeper influences in Manichaeism, Persian mythologies, and he had a rather universal worldview. And his universal worldview is that which helped Christianity evolved into a world religion. Now, his conversion to Christianity happened at the age of 31. So he had lived quite an open life before that. Quite an longing was within him to experience God. And it was he who wanted to experience the energy field of Jesus, who was the Christ. I would like to read a quotation from his book Confessions, where he says, "Belatedly I loved thee, O beauty so ancient, and so new, belatedly I loved thee, for see, thou wast within and I was without, and I sought thee out there, unlovely I rushed heedlessly among the lovely things thou hast made. Thou wast with me, but I was not with thee. These things kept me far from thee, even though they were not at all, unless they were in thee. Thou didst call and carry aloud, and didst force open my deafness. Thou didst gleam and shine, and didst chase away my blindness. Thou didst breathe fragrant colors and odors, and I drew in my breath, and now I pant for thee. I tasted, and now I hunger and thirst. Thou didst touch me, and I burn for thy peace." Thank you, friends. This was a very short introduction to Augustine of Hippo, Saint Augustine. Thank you for listening. Hope you will join next time.